Emotional intelligence, EI, is more than a skill, it's a way to thrive in a complex world. Defined by psychologist Daniel Goleman as the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and those of others, EI influences everything from personal resilience to professional success. Grounded in both ancient philosophy and modern science, EI equips us with tools to navigate our emotions and strengthen our relationships. Aristotle saw emotions as critical to ethical living, observing that anyone can become angry, but to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, and at the right time is not easy. In EI, this thoughtful management of emotion is key. This guide provides an 11-point roadmap to mastering EI through practical exercises rooted in psychological insights, philosophical wisdom, and proven methods. From self-awareness to empathy, gratitude to social skills, each point builds essential habits. By integrating these practices, you can develop not only self-control and empathy but also a resilient, growth-oriented mindset to enhance both daily interactions and life's biggest challenges. Understand what emotional intelligence is. Emotional intelligence, EI, as defined by psychologist Daniel Goleman, involves the ability to identify, understand, manage, and use emotions effectively in oneself and in interactions with others. Unlike IQ, which primarily measures cognitive intelligence, EI deals with understanding emotions' influence on thinking and behavior. Recognizing its impact is essential for personal and professional growth, leading to improved relationships, better mental health, and more effective decision-making. Philosophers like Aristotle acknowledge the importance of emotions and ethical behavior, advocating for balanced emotions guided by reason. In modern psychology, emotional intelligence is recognized as a core skill for resilience, empathy, and emotional regulation. A 1995 study by Solovey and Mayer further explored how EI affects success, emphasizing that people with high EI can process emotional information to make sound, empathetic decisions. A practical way to start learning about EI is to build emotional awareness through journaling. This practice involves tracking your emotions daily, noting triggers, reactions, and reflections. By observing your emotional patterns, you'll start to understand how emotions impact your thoughts and actions. Another effective approach is to discuss emotions openly in safe environments, like with friends or therapists. Reflect on how emotions impact behaviors and decisions. By increasing your understanding of EI, you lay the groundwork for self-awareness and empathy, allowing a better grasp of yourself and others. Emotional intelligence can be continually developed and is a valuable asset for navigating challenges in every aspect of life. This foundational understanding of EI provides the basis for building further skills in self-regulation, empathy, and social interaction. Recognize and label your emotions, self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It involves recognizing, labeling, and understanding your emotions and how they influence your thoughts and behavior. Self-awareness enables a person to act in ways consistent with their values and motivations, leading to authentic interactions. This concept is rooted in Stoic philosophy, where thinkers like Epictetus argued that observing one's emotional responses helps achieve greater self-control. In psychology, studies indicate that labeling emotions, naming to tame, activates parts of the brain that calm intense feelings, which helps regulate them. Practicing self-awareness starts with noticing the emotions that arise throughout the day. Begin by labeling each feeling you experience, like anger, sadness, or joy. This technique encourages a non-judgmental approach to emotions, helping you understand that feelings are signals rather than directives. It's also helpful to explore what triggers each emotion. For example, if you feel frustration during a conversation, ask yourself what underlying need or concern may be causing it. A daily exercise to build self-awareness involves writing down emotions as they arise, along with the situation and response. Over time, you can review these entries to detect emotional patterns and understand how particular situations impact you. By regularly identifying your emotions, you gain insight into triggers, reactions, and personal tendencies. This self-awareness forms the foundation of emotional intelligence, guiding the development of skills like empathy, self-regulation, and social effectiveness. In sum, recognizing and labeling emotions is essential for managing them constructively, allowing you to act thoughtfully rather than impulsively and fostering personal growth. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. Practice self-regulation. Self-regulation is the capacity to manage your emotions effectively, preventing impulsive reactions and fostering a balanced, calm approach. As a key element of emotional intelligence, self-regulation allows individuals to stay composed, make thoughtful decisions, and avoid actions driven solely by strong emotions. In psychological terms, self-regulation aligns with the prefrontal cortex's role in executive function, helping individuals control impulses and responses. One useful technique is pause and process, which encourages a moment of reflection before responding emotionally. Neuroscience supports this. Studies show that waiting even a few seconds can reduce emotional intensity, enabling a more measured response. For example, if you feel anger, practicing a short pause allows the initial emotional surge to settle, decreasing the chance of saying something regretful. Practicing the 4-7-8 breathing method, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and mind. Journaling also supports self-regulation by allowing you to process and reflect on emotional experiences after they occur. This method encourages constructive responses by identifying patterns that trigger specific emotions. Over time, awareness of these triggers improves emotional regulation, enhancing control over responses in similar situations. Philosophers and modern thinkers like Viktor Frankl emphasized choosing responses rather than reacting automatically, fostering a sense of freedom and self-efficacy. In daily life, practicing self-regulation enhances resilience, improves relationships, and contributes to overall well-being. It also reinforces the mindset that while emotions are powerful, we have the choice in how we respond, which is a central tenet of emotional intelligence. Build empathy, understanding others' emotions. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, an essential component of emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman identifies empathy as crucial for social interactions, noting that it fosters trust, communication, and effective conflict resolution. Psychologically, empathy involves both cognitive empathy, understanding another's perspective, and affective empathy, sharing their emotions, both of which enhance connection and mutual respect. To build empathy, practice perspective taking, mentally placing yourself in another's situation to understand their feelings and motivations. Research suggests this exercise activates mirror neurons, which are linked to empathy and social understanding. Practicing this regularly can enhance your capacity to read emotional cues accurately, essential for supporting others and avoiding misunderstandings. Listening actively is another core empathy skill. It involves giving full attention without judgment, showing understanding by acknowledging emotions, and responding supportively. Empathy strengthens when we focus on others' feelings rather than on formulating our responses. This approach encourages compassionate, authentic connections, as people sense when they're truly understood. An effective daily empathy exercise is the "what might they feel" reflection. Each time you engage with someone, mentally ask yourself what emotions they might be experiencing. This reflection fosters a habit of considering others' perspectives, improving your ability to empathize. Philosophers, including David Hume, argued that empathy is a foundation of morality, suggesting that understanding others' emotions helps us treat people humanely. Building empathy strengthens emotional intelligence by enabling us to respond thoughtfully, improving personal and professional relationships. Empathy is crucial for effective social interactions, reducing conflict, and creating an inclusive, supportive environment. Cultivate emotional vocabulary. A robust emotional vocabulary is fundamental for identifying and expressing complex feelings accurately, a key skill within emotional intelligence. Studies indicate that those who possess a nuanced emotional vocabulary, words like overwhelmed, resentful, or content, are better equipped to regulate emotions and communicate effectively. By using precise terms, you articulate emotions more accurately, which is essential for processing and managing them constructively. The psychologist Lisa Feldman Barrett emphasizes that emotions are constructed based on the brain's interpretation of internal and external cues. A detailed emotional vocabulary aids this process by providing clarity, enabling you to interpret emotions with accuracy rather than vague descriptions like fine or upset. To build emotional vocabulary, explore new words regularly. Make it a habit to look up and write down specific terms that reflect various emotional states. Practicing this improves your ability to identify and articulate emotions, preventing misunderstandings that arise from ambiguous language. An exercise for expanding emotional vocabulary is Word of the Day, where you learn a new emotion-related term daily and incorporate it into your self-reflection or conversation. For example, instead of saying "I feel bad," try using "I feel frustrated," which provides a clearer sense of what you're experiencing. The philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein noted that the limits of language are the limits of one's world. In emotional intelligence, a rich vocabulary expands the emotional world, allowing you to describe, process, and communicate emotions with greater nuance. Emotional vocabulary is thus essential for self-awareness and empathy, enhancing your ability to express and understand emotions effectively in various situations. Improve active listening skills. Active listening is a fundamental skill for building emotional intelligence, enhancing empathy, and fostering better relationships. It involves fully concentrating on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. Psychologically, active listening strengthens social bonds by helping you accurately interpret others' emotions and intentions, leading to more supportive and harmonious interactions. Active listening requires you to avoid interrupting and instead focus on understanding the speaker's perspective. Psychologists suggest that reflective listening, a technique where you paraphrase what the other person said, is an effective way to show that you understand and care about their message. This approach deepens trust, as people feel acknowledged and valued when their emotions are understood. Practicing active listening includes maintaining eye contact, minimizing distractions, and refraining from judgment. By avoiding the urge to mentally formulate responses, you allow yourself to fully process what is being communicated. Research shows that active listening can reduce misunderstandings, improve conflict resolution, and foster collaboration, especially in team settings. A daily exercise to strengthen active listening is listen and reflect. Each day, in one conversation, focus solely on the other person's words, avoiding responses and simply acknowledging their feelings. Practice reflecting by saying, "I hear that you're feeling," followed by the emotion you interpret. This simple technique builds the habit of attentive, empathetic listening. By engaging in active listening, you cultivate respect, empathy, and deeper connection with others. According to communication expert Stephen Covey, most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply, but rather with the intent to understand. This is fundamental in building authentic, empathetic connections, which are central to emotional intelligence. Studies in psychology affirm that active listening not only improves comprehension but also makes others feel valued, fostering trust and reducing conflicts. To cultivate active listening, try paraphrasing, where you restate what the speaker said in your own words. This technique shows you are truly engaged, encouraging openness in communication. Avoid distractions, like checking your phone or mentally preparing responses, and instead focus fully on the conversation. Practicing active listening in daily life has lasting benefits, including improved relationships, better teamwork, and enhanced social awareness. These skills are especially useful in conflict situations, where careful listening allows for understanding each person's perspective, reducing emotional intensity and leading to constructive solutions. Psychologists like Carl Rogers, a pioneer in client-centered therapy, emphasize that genuine listening facilitates empathy, a core component of emotional intelligence. Incorporate an active listening check-in once a day. During a conversation, focus solely on understanding the other person, responding only with affirmations like "I see," or "tell me more about that." This simple habit develops attentiveness and shows genuine interest. Mastering active listening strengthens emotional intelligence by integrating empathy, respect, and focus, creating meaningful interactions. Practicing this skill not only enhances personal relationships but also professional ones, making it invaluable for effective communication, leadership, and collaboration. Through active listening, you deepen your understanding of others, laying a strong foundation for emotional awareness and empathy. Develop mindfulness for greater emotional control. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, and it plays a powerful role in emotional intelligence by enhancing emotional control and self-regulation. This practice, rooted in Buddhist philosophy and supported by modern psychology, allows individuals to observe emotions without reacting impulsively. Research shows that mindfulness reduces stress and strengthens the ability to manage intense emotions by grounding the mind in the present. In mindfulness, instead of avoiding or suppressing emotions, you acknowledge them without judgment. This approach helps separate feelings from responses, allowing for more thoughtful reactions. Neuroscience studies reveal that mindfulness activates the prefrontal cortex, which regulates emotions and reduces reactivity in the amygdala, the brain's emotional center. This supports emotional control, making mindfulness a scientifically backed approach for improving emotional resilience. One effective exercise is mindfulness meditation. Begin with just 5 minutes daily, focusing on your breath while observing any emotions or thoughts that arise without trying to change them. This simple practice helps you recognize emotions as they come, enhancing your awareness and self-regulation skills. Jon Kabat-Zinn, a pioneer in modern mindfulness practices, advocates for integrating mindfulness into everyday activities like walking, eating, or even working. By practicing mindfulness in ordinary routines, you train yourself to remain calm and present, which helps manage emotions during stressful situations. In sum, mindfulness cultivates a balanced mindset, enabling better responses to challenges and difficult emotions. Over time, it builds emotional control and resilience, essential for maintaining healthy relationships, making rational decisions, and managing stress. Mindfulness is a foundational skill in emotional intelligence, facilitating self-regulation, empathy, and a calm, clear approach to life. Challenge and reframe negative thoughts. Challenging and reframing negative thoughts is a crucial aspect of emotional intelligence, supporting self-regulation and fostering resilience. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a widely researched therapeutic approach, emphasizes reframing as a way to identify and modify negative thought patterns. By consciously rethinking these thoughts, individuals can reduce emotional distress and promote a balanced outlook. Reframing involves recognizing negative or irrational thoughts and actively questioning their accuracy. For example, if you feel anxious about an upcoming meeting, rather than focusing on worst-case scenarios, reframe the thought by considering past successes or viewing the event as a learning opportunity. Research shows that this cognitive shift activates neural pathways that support positive thinking, improving emotional stability and adaptability. An effective technique is to use the ABCDE model, developed by psychologist Albert Ellis. Begin with identifying the activating event, e.g., a stressful situation. Recognize the belief, your thought about the event, note the consequence, emotional response, then dispute the belief, and finally create a new, empowering belief. This structured approach helps dismantle limiting thoughts, promoting more constructive responses. Daily reflection on negative thoughts in a journal can also support reframing. Write down any recurring negative beliefs and actively challenge them by considering alternative interpretations. This habit helps identify patterns that may otherwise go unnoticed, fostering greater self-awareness and control over reactions. In essence, reframing builds a flexible, positive mindset by transforming negative thoughts into constructive insights. This skill is essential for emotional intelligence, as it enables individuals to approach challenges with a growth-oriented attitude, enhancing resilience, confidence, and emotional well-being. Develop social skills for enhanced interpersonal relationships. Developing strong social skills is fundamental to emotional intelligence, as these skills facilitate effective communication, collaboration, and conflict resolution. According to Daniel Goleman, people with high emotional intelligence excel in social awareness and interpersonal relationships, using empathy and social insight to build trust and rapport. Social skills are essential in both personal and professional contexts, where effective interactions often determine success. Social skills encompass a range of behaviors, including clear communication, attentive listening, and an ability to navigate diverse personalities and social cues. In psychology, these skills are linked to the concept of emotional labor, the conscious management of interpersonal dynamics to create positive outcomes. People with strong social skills are better equipped to handle disagreements constructively, share feedback, and understand others' perspectives. One exercise for developing social skills is practicing open-ended questioning in conversations. Instead of yes or no questions, ask questions that require thoughtful responses, like "What do you think about?" or "How did that make you feel?" This approach encourages deeper dialogue and shows genuine interest, fostering stronger connections. Role-playing difficult conversations is another effective method. By simulating challenging scenarios, you can rehearse responses and refine your communication techniques, which boosts confidence and prepares you for real-life situations. Philosophers like Aristotle noted that social skills, when rooted in virtues like kindness and respect, strengthen communities and relationships. Social skills help integrate empathy and communication, which are essential for emotional intelligence. Practicing these skills in daily interactions builds mutual respect, trust, and understanding, contributing to both personal satisfaction and professional growth. Practice gratitude to shift perspective. Practicing gratitude is an impactful way to foster a positive perspective, an essential aspect of emotional intelligence. Research in psychology has shown that gratitude enhances emotional well-being by promoting a positive outlook and reducing negative emotions like envy, resentment, and regret. By consciously focusing on aspects of life you appreciate, you create a mindset that's more resilient to stress and negativity. Gratitude activates the brain's reward centers, boosting dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that contribute to happiness and satisfaction. Studies reveal that regular gratitude practice can lead to increased optimism, greater resilience, and improved mental health. Robert Emmons, a leading gratitude researcher, suggests that it shifts focus from what we lack to what we have, strengthening emotional balance and well-being. An effective gratitude exercise is the 3 good things technique. Each day, write down 3 positive things that happened, along with why they're meaningful. This practice encourages a habit of reflection and reframes your focus on the positive aspects of life, even in challenging times. Another method is expressing gratitude to others. Thanking people sincerely for their contributions not only strengthens relationships but also enhances your sense of connection and empathy. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius emphasized gratitude as a pathway to contentment, focusing on simple, everyday joys as sources of fulfillment. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine promotes a positive mindset, which is fundamental to emotional intelligence. It fosters resilience, helping you manage stress and approach challenges constructively. Ultimately, gratitude builds an emotionally healthy perspective that supports empathy, self-regulation, and a greater sense of well-being. Reflect on and learn from emotional experiences. Reflection on emotional experiences is essential for developing emotional intelligence, as it enables learning and personal growth. By analyzing past emotional reactions, individuals can identify patterns, understand triggers, and develop strategies for future responses. Reflecting regularly cultivates self-awareness, enabling a deeper understanding of both positive and challenging experiences. Reflective practice is supported by both philosophy and psychology. Aristotle emphasized that wisdom is gained through reflecting on experiences, a concept echoed in modern psychology, where reflection is considered key to emotional maturity. Researchers find that reflecting on emotional episodes can help individuals reframe and understand their responses, fostering personal growth and resilience. One method for reflection is the what, why, how approach. After an emotionally charged situation, ask yourself, what happened? Why did you feel this way? And how could you respond differently in the future? This method helps uncover emotional triggers and creates a plan for managing similar situations constructively. A journaling practice that includes regular reflection on challenging experiences can also be valuable. Writing about how an event impacted you emotionally allows you to process complex feelings, gaining insights for future interactions. Over time, reflection enhances emotional intelligence by fostering self-awareness and encouraging a growth-oriented mindset. Philosophers like Soren Kierkegaard regarded self-reflection as essential for understanding oneself and one's values. By regularly reflecting, you can identify how emotions influence choices and relationships, ultimately leading to wiser, more mindful decisions. Reflection thus supports emotional intelligence by transforming experiences into learning opportunities, allowing you to approach each day with greater understanding and insight. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.